Hello everyone, thank you for checking out my video and my new page, Spiritually Inspired. I'm creating this page to kind of drum up a little bit of support for the book I'm going to be publishing soon. It's called Ancient Wisdom for Modern Enlightenment. It will be coming out soon on Amazon. I felt inspired today to talk a little bit about the difference between spirituality and religion. And we all may know the difference between spirituality and religion. But one of my favorite classes in university was world religions. And what I kind of noticed, or my feeling, was that different religions are a cultural way of communicating with God. And don't get caught up in the stigma behind different religions or maybe the dogma with certain religions. But really, religions are a cultural way of connecting to God. What I noticed in studying all these different religions in the course of my the course of writing my book, was that the different religions, what they really are, is all just different methods of communication. You can send an email, you can make a phone call, you can send a text, you can write a letter, USPS overnight. So there's a lot of different ways to communicate. We all just need to find which way works best for us. And a lot of times for a lot of people in modern society, maybe you can take different practices from different religions. Maybe you can take the rosary and saying the Hail Marys from Catholicism, and use prayer from Christianity, and use meditation from Buddhism. And that's your ultimate best method, your best way of communicating with the divine. Spirituality, on the other hand, is more of a personal connection with God, a personal communion. And there's no labels, it's beyond that. And so it's really interesting when we start talking about things like spirituality or our purpose in life or enlightenment, because these are infinite ideas. These ideas are beyond the description of a finite term. You know, words have a finite description. A word means a certain specific thing. So how can we describe an infinite idea with a finite word? So the best way to really experience spirituality is to sit down and meditate, to sit down and pray, to sit down and count on your rosary beads if you're Catholic, or if you're brought up in a Hindu tradition, to count on your mala beads, which is a very similar tradition, but from two different religious backgrounds. So really, it's all about your sadhana, or your spiritual practice. And the way you cultivate a deeper connection to your spiritual center is by a daily, consistent spiritual practice. And the way I look at it is, it's like brushing your teeth. I wake up every day and I brush my teeth before I go out of the house. Well, I wouldn't wake up and leave the house without being spiritually centered, without being spiritually grounded. And to do so, I maintain my spiritual practice. Now, everyone may have a different practice. For some, it may be prayer, meditation, mala beads, tai chi, yoga, bowling, crochet, maybe doing the dishes. Who knows what it is? I'm not going to define your spiritual practice. But the fact of maintaining this consistent spiritual practice, what that does is it creates a space, or it creates a vacuum for introspection, to be able to look at yourself, to be able to look at your lives, to be able to look and see your thoughts. And when you can do that and see your life, so you can see your thoughts, you can see your emotions, well, we're obviously viewing those things from an objective place. So I am not my thoughts, I am not my emotions, I am not my brain, I'm not my mind, I'm not all this stuff that keeps coming up. Obviously, because I'm viewing it from an objective place. So what am I if I'm not that? And that's really the ultimate question. Ramakrishna used to say, neti, 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 not this, not this, not this. Because I'm not this, and I'm not that. But if that's the case, what am I? So I encourage you to delve deep into your spiritual practice, whatever it may be, and question yourself. Who am I? Who am I really? What is my source? Now, I can tell you that you are God, and that you, at your source, you are divine in nature. But knowing this and living the realization of this truth are two different things. We can have the intellectual knowledge, but to actually interpret that knowledge into our lives and to live in that sense are two very different aspects. And the only way you can really realize that is to sit in silence and check it out. See what it's all about. See who you really are. And silence is the best medium to make this connection. And it's so tough in our society. People aren't used to sitting in silence. We're used to watching TV or listening to music or going somewhere where there's all kinds of sensory stimulation. And the most beautiful gift you can give yourself is the gift of a daily spiritual practice. And right about New Year's time, what a wonderful time to make a New Year's resolution. You know, the best gift you can give yourself is this practice. So dedicate to give yourself, maybe it's 10, 15 minutes in the start. And maybe you start to enjoy it so much you add 5, 10 more minutes. So now you're doing a 20-minute, 30-minute. By the end of the year, perhaps you're doing an hour-long meditation. And you're reaping the benefits in all aspects of your life of having this beautiful, divine connection. And it's really all about staying inspired. And for me, the best way to stay inspired is to stay grounded with the practice of my spiritual practice. Really, that's the best way to stay grounded, is the consistent adherence to my own spiritual practice. Now, for me, what I do every day, I do a mantra meditation. I say a mantra over and over again. It's one of the many names of God. Say it over and over and over again. And then I do a deep breathing practice. And then I do a yoga posture practice. And all these practices they're different ways. It's like me emailing God, me sending a text to God, me calling God on the phone. So that my life is about maintaining this constant connection. And I've learned the most beautiful state is when I have found this peace, is to become resolved and never giving it away for anything. And by delving so deeply into my spiritual practice, when stuff comes up in my life, when difficulties come up, there's relationship issues or traffic or, oh, wasn't that fun doing all the Christmas shopping? When this stuff comes up, I automatically revert to the mantra. I automatically revert to focusing on my breath. I automatically revert to doing a quick little yoga posture and chilling out because I'm noticing my shoulders are getting tight because I'm in traffic or whatever it may be. So by maintaining this consistent daily spiritual practice, we're creating positive habits and we're training our mind to revert back to that place of focus, of concentration. You know, like when you're angry, the midbrain is operating. When you start to get depressed, the amygdala begins to operate. But when you focus and concentrate and meditate, the prefrontal cortex operates. So by training myself to operate in that space of my prefrontal cortex by a little bit every day doing my spiritual practice, when stuff comes up, traffic or a fight or an argument or whatever it may be, some stressor in life, instead of going straight to my midbrain, I'm going straight to the amygdala, deeper in the core of my brain. My focus goes straight to the prefrontal cortex. Because now I've been saying the mantra so much, I just start hearing it when I get stressed out. And then I'm not stressed out, I'm focused. And I'm operating at a higher capacity. So thank you guys for joining in on my first video. There will be more, and I'll be sharing more excerpts from my book. So I look forward to seeing you soon, making some more videos as I'm inspired to. And have a wonderful, blessed day. See you soon. Bye.